guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys Daily Deals with Tim, where I talk about tech, crypto, stock deals, all for you guys. Before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not a financial advice. So for today, this is one of my favorite topics to talk about, is passive income with cryptocurrency. Now, is that possible, or is it just a scam? Well, I'm going to tell you guys today, is it possible to have passive income with cryptocurrency? Yes, it is possible. And I'm going to tell you a couple of ways to earn passive income with crypto. So I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to earn passive income with crypto. And before I begin, you probably know what passive income is about since you clicked on this video, but it's basically you put in a little bit of work in the beginning and you get the income without having to put a lot of work into it. So it's like an investment at first that grows itself kind of throughout the years. And I do like this because the earlier you are, let's say like maybe 20s to 30s around there, if you guys put in the work, a little bit of work early on, and then kind of let it grow over the years, that could be a really good strategy for early investors. So let's go to the first one. First one is buying qualified and growing cryptocurrency and HODL. So what are qualified and growing cryptocurrencies? I would say just the top 3 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And those are qualified because they have a very large market cap. They are the top, they go on top 5 of the market cap. They're growing because, as you can see through the history of those coins, they have had insane growths. So top cryptocurrency have had insane growths, and these are going for the long-term gains. For example, Bitcoin, when it started, it was around a couple dollars, and it went to $10, and now it's at almost 4,000, and it hit 5,000, and they came back a bit, but the growth rate on these guys are pretty insane. And if you guys hold it right now, and you guys are going for the long term, then you'll earn a bit of passive income throughout the way. And one thing to say is that you guys don't want to sell it while you're keeping it on the way, unless you guys are trading it and have a specific plan for it. I'll go into more details about that. So the second option is buying interest stacking cryptocurrency and HODL. So what are interest stacking cryptocurrencies? A couple of them is Lisk, Nano, and TenX. And for example, Lisk is based on delegated proof of stake, where if you vote for the delegates, some delegates share a percentage of their reward back to you, and that's why you could get kind of an interest on that. Neo works with the DLFT, I believe, something with this. I forgot the acronym for it, but basically, if you own one Neo, then you get certain percentage of gas back into your account, and that increases as more Neo you have. For TenX, the reward system is the token holders will get 0.5% of every transactions divided among the holders and back to you on a monthly basis at first, and then on an hourly basis later on. So these are gain interest per unit of coin and compounding interest for most long-term strategy. So I did some grammar mistake there, but so these guys have compounding interest, which means that the interest that you get in, let's say, a month, it adds to your overall weight of the coins. So let's say for the Lisk, you have like 100 Lisk, and then you get 10 Lisk in the year. Then you would have, for the next year, you would have 110 Lisk, and your interest would be based on the 110, not the 100 that you originally put in. So compounding interest is a very good feature of these cryptocurrencies, and it'll actually have an exponential rate instead of just a straight linear line of interest. And this is again a long-term strategy, so you guys have to hodl these coins and just let it sit down and be calm and just let it rise to the moon. And the third strategy or option is trading cryptocurrencies. Now you could this method is probably one of the more risky methods, because this is basically buying on the dips and selling on the highs. And trading cryptocurrencies, you need experience in the market, because if you're just a beginner and you just went in here and you bought at a random time, oh, I think this is the dip, I'm gonna buy right here, and next week it goes down by 10%, and then you're gonna be like, oh, before this coin goes away, I gotta sell it right now to minimize my loss. And you sell it, and then it goes back up 20% the next week, and you're like, what am I doing? So you have to have some experience in the market. So I would say go for long term first and watch the market before you actually trade it. But however, this can profit from volatile seasons. For example, maybe like from last week to today, we had a crazy drop and then a burst of gain. So that really helps out with, especially with trading cryptocurrencies, if you can time it right. But this is again, I said this, you need more experience in this. So if you guys are beginning investors, just go for long term and just watch the market and see how it works. And there is another method, but this is not recommended for me, which is buying ICOs and low volume altcoins for quick profit. So some of these guys can categorize into something called pump and dump, where there's a couple people pump one coin with crazy volumes, and people are like, oh, just regular investors are like, oh, I gotta invest in this before it goes really high, and then they buy in a high, and when it is pretty high, the original investors take them out, sell everything, and then the people who bought it at high, the regular investors, are at a loss. So there's a lot of scams going on, especially with ICOs, and it is very risky. And in my opinion, most people do not do enough research on the coins. So when they get on these low volume or ICO coins, when they see like a 50% gain in one day, then you would say, oh, I gotta get it right now because it's gonna go 100% tomorrow. And then tomorrow it goes down 100%, and they just lost that profit. So I'm gonna say, do not attempt this method for early investors. However, if you're experienced in the market, you see which altcoins that you want to invest in, if they have a good team and a good developing strategy and roadmap, and you want to invest in it, go ahead. But it is on you whether they rise like crazy or drop to the floor. So this is not recommended for me, but it is your decision at the end. So the overview strategy for passive income with cryptocurrency: first is buy and hodl growth potential and interest stacking coins. Second, trade along the way to make some quick profits so that you could buy in the dips and sell on the low. And for trading, you could also, there's two different types of trading too. There is a day trading and swing trading. So day trading is basically watching the growth and losses throughout the day and trading like that. And swing trading is buying at the dip and giving it a couple days or a couple weeks, and then when it's at its high, then selling it off. So I'm more of a swing trader, where I buy and then hold it for a couple days or a couple weeks and then sell it when it's high. So also long-term gains. This is a long-term game strategy, so do not sell unless it is part of your plan. So unless you make a plan, let's say once this profited me like $200, then I'm going to sell it off. Unless it's that, I strongly recommend you guys to go for those long-term gains, because you don't know what will be at the long term. If you are invested into qualified and growth potential coins in your definition, I believe the long-term gains are a lot more than just the short-term gains. And my last advice is that make it your own. Don't just follow my advice or my strategies. So with these strategies that I have given you guys, make your own strategy. So you could pick out the points that are good from my presentation and kind of see, so what do I want to make? What kind of portfolio do I want to make a good passive income throughout the years? Do I want to trade, or do I want to just hold, or do you want to go for a short-term profit or long-term profit? That is your guys' decision, and I have given you guys a little bit of a tools to get started off with that. So if you guys have any more questions with these kind of stuff, or any comments of how to improve this, or how to do whatever. Yeah, so definitely comment below and like this video if you guys enjoy the content, and hit that subscribe button. So thank you guys so much, and if you guys want to support the channel, check out the description below for the affiliate links. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.